Good morning, everyone,
Morning.
and welcome to here.
What happened over there?
I have no idea, and it's
Chat
gone.
go?
It's gone.
Chat, come back.
I'm gonna refresh it. Is it coming back? There it is. Okay. Sirens.
Yeah.
Sirens are the sounds of New York City. Weed is the smell, but sirens are the sound of New York City. Hi. We are in New York City. We did not move. This is not a place I would want to live, but it's a place I don't mind visiting. Let's see. I want to turn down the music on our end slightly. Sorry, we're just a little tired.
Yeah.
We've walked
A lot.
a lot.
Mm-hmm.
we've done many things, but we've been having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a fun time. Did you take the train up? No, we took a
The train is
plane.
super slow on the East Coast until you get to DC, but then it's fast.
Yeah. We'll talk about like why we're here and
Vacation.
and like what we've done and stuff. Because we've been here for, this is the 4th day we've been here.
Mm-hmm.
So, sure. Okay, how about that? There we go. I'm trying to kill the echo. Alright, I'm going to read alerts first.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, also, hold on. I have an idea. Just tell. This is I haven't tested this out, so tell me. Tell me if this sounds better, because I'm just like. Yeah, I know. That's what I did. I'm just curious. Tell me if this sounds better. What is this? Is this an improvement? Is this an improvement over the other audio? It might be. It might be worse. I have no idea. It might sound the same.
Everybody
You can use the.
No.
Wow. Okay. Heard. All right. Sure. Never mind. It's fine. Okay. Let me read some of these things.
Can you put it there?
Yeah. Yeah, I can.
That too.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. 37 months from Nessa Zora. 30 months from Cave Bat. 54 from Cock 9. 77 from Jizak. 14 from Fire Goddess. 59 from Maya Rails. 60 from Thunderstriker. It's a 5. 53 from Kayla Crisp. 72 from Sparkstrike. That's a 6.
Tap and said, how is Chaz holding out on his own?
Barely.
Their mascot is a rubber dragon. Tiny Eddie's barbecue creamy syrup-coated chicken gelato.
Bits from J Spoke says, okay, Eddie, what snack are we not eating on the plane ride back?
Frozen chicken covered in barbecue.
Why is it frozen? Oh, because it's gelato.
Yeah.
I was like, it doesn't say that it's frozen. Barbecue creamy syrup coated chicken gelato. That actually is not, there's some elements of that are fine. Chicken and syrup go together very well. That's why we have chicken and waffles. Could you have chicken and waffle gelato? You could. Putting meat in gelato feels like a crime against God, but I think that you could do it and it would probably be okay. Probably. I would try meat gelato once. We got 43 months from Galactic Remix, Lost Vagabond gifted a sub to Malier. 43 months from Private Brother for Christ. 52 from Lost Vagabond, 78 from Ryan B06, 13 from Sleepy Cats, 59 from Hiss Ranger, 53 from Safrina, 6 from Dr. Jeff 555, 28 from Portal Beard, 50 from The Great Perhaps, 69 from Gold Mage, nice, 28 from Arcane Leo, 21 from Shane the Destroyer, 300 bits from Cheesehammer says, it's been really quiet out there the last couple days. Is everything okay? It's the opposite of quiet here. It's just non-stop sirens. So many sirens. 77 months from Sapphire Becca, 49 from Genesis, 50 from the Slick Duke, 46 from Musicos, 71 from Big O26 Shen, 79 from JCJX, and 78 from Renee. I did it. It's, there's an AC unit. You might hear it, and if so, whatever. It's fine. God, I'm so tired.
You have to get up and walk. Can't turn my arm very far.
I know.
And walk another 10 miles today.
I know. I'm gonna walk a lot today, and that's fine.
Uh-huh.
I'm just my body is still waking up. Yeah. I've actually, since we've been here, I've actually slept extremely well.
You should start running. Not here, at home.
No. What?
At
Based
home.
on what?
Get some exercise. You sleep better.
I get exercise every day.
You do some weights.
Do you hear this?
You could go
do
for
you hear
like
this
a run and
person
get some
just
cardio.
just ripping me?
I'm
What?
not wrong.
I'm fine. I don't need. I certainly don't need to run. Lord. Nobody needs to run. I don't even remember what I was talking about.
You're tired.
I had no idea what I was talking
I
about.
bike Chaz. That's my cardio.
I don't remember what I was talking about at all.
We're in New York.
Yeah, I guess.
You've slept well. But you're tired.
Me trying to tell you that I've slept well. Mal, you don't do any cardio. I do cardio. I haven't been on my bike in a little bit. It's been hot.
It's only getting hotter.
Yeah. Anyway, we're in New York. You talk for a bit. Brain don't work. Once you talk for a bit, my brain will start to work again.
Let's see, we got here on Saturday. And we walked around and did some stuff. I went to a Uniqlo and bought some clothes. And on Saturday, we actually met up with someone.
Man, you skipped a lot of stuff.
What did we do?
You said on Saturday we did some stuff, and I'm like, oh, it's fair.
We went to Uniqlo. We ate tacos.
I'm gonna start at the beginning.
Okay.
You hear the sirens? It's New York. If I waited for them to end, there wouldn't be a breakfast stream. So, we went to New York City in 2018, and we were here with Dan and Lindsay. It was fun, but we were only here for a short time. There was things that we still wanted to do, like we wanted to come back, and after Kep got sick, and we made the decision that we were never going to leave him alone, that like one of us was going to be home with him, we decided to that once he passed, we would take a trip somewhere and do something, because we hadn't been able to go anywhere together. Because when Mal was traveling, I wasn't with her, and when I was traveling, she wasn't with me. And we're like, okay, well, we don't know how long we'll be, taking care of Kep, but once he passes, we'll go somewhere. And we decided that we would come back to New York City. So that's what we did on Saturday morning. We got up and we were in the city by like noon, so we were here pretty early, and we are here until like later this evening. So we've essentially gave us like 4 full days
Yeah.
in the city. And yeah, our time so far has been very good. It's just we're walking everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So like after a few days, it's a little exhausting. But it's been fun.
It has.
It's been very fun. And we're in a good location because we're near Times Square, so we're in the like midtown.
Yeah, I think so.
There's like they divide Manhattan into like 15 zones, so it was we got a really good deal on it. We booked it like a month ago or whatever, and when we booked it, we did a booking where like nothing was refundable at all. Whereas like as soon as you book this, you have like 12 hours to cancel, but after that like nothing is refundable. And I was like, let's do that because we'll save a lot of money as long as we actually go. It was kind of like one of those big dice rolls of like, now if something happens, you're screwed, but as long as you go, you'll save money. So that worked out pretty well. So yeah, we've had a pretty good location, and it's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun. We were also here on Easter, which may or may not have affected things. We have no idea how busy things normally are. But I'll start at the beginning. Sorry, I don't want to get too far ahead. We should start it on Saturday. Let me read some more of these things here. We got 300 bits from Screaming Salad Radishes, who says, "Good morning and good vibes, grandparents. I went to New York City my senior year of high school, and it was one of the most fun experiences of my life. I hope y'all have tons of fun." It's been great.
Mm-hmm.
It's been great. There is so much to do here. And also, there's so much to do, and it's so dense. I want to say big, and like it is big, but it's really just all tightly packed. And yesterday we went to Brooklyn briefly, and that's the only other time so far between these two trips that we've been to any other borough. Because all that time we've only ever been in Manhattan. So we went to Brooklyn, and we're like, Brooklyn. So at this current rate, it'll take us another 20 years to see the rest of the boroughs. Yeah. There is so much New York. We got 27 months from Candy Lou B, 79 from Space Vixen, and 52 from Haley 92. Thank you. Okay, so Saturday we arrived. What's the first thing we did?
We walked to the hotel.
Sure.
And then we got tacos.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember what the place was.
Offhand, I don't remember either.
But we had extremely good tacos.
Mm-hmm.
We walked around. We did go to a Uniqlo briefly. When we packed to come here, we didn't want to bring a carry-on because at least in America, airlines are awful and they charge you for everything. So if we could avoid having a carry-on bag, we would save even more money. And I was like, that's great. So we only have backpacks, and the backpacks that we normally use, that like we took to Japan and everything, are actually too big. They're bigger than the normal backpack regulation sizes for
Under seat in front of you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And in hindsight, I bet we could have gotten away with it.
I know I can. Mine's smaller than yours. And mine does fit there.
Mine's considerably bigger. Mine's like 5 inches taller or whatever. Anyway, so we had to do, smaller backpacks. And, like, I am big. So my clothes are bigger. And I really have things, like, cramped in there. Like, really, really, really cramped in there. Where was I going with that?
Spider? Spider?
I have no idea.
Spider?
What was I saying?
Spider?
We were talking about Saturday. What we did. So we only had backpacks.
Okay, that's probably it then. Then what happened?
I don't know. We walked around and just looked at things. We walked that way for some reason. I don't know. We ended up at a Uniqlo.
Yeah. Anyway, then on Saturday night we met up with Vagabond, because Vagabond is in the New York area, and we have I don't have a photo.
I think it's the art in the queue.
Is that the art in the queue?
I would bet anything that's the art in the queue.
That would be wildly convenient. It could be anything though, but it probably is.
It's probably that.
It probably is. I'm gonna click it. It is. So we met up with Vagabond, which is very fun. We had some food and some drinks, and so Vagabond is real, as far as I know. Right now,
Vagabond says everything went wrong.
Right now, it probably feels as though anything I say is a dream, because I seem like I'm very out of it. I am feeling very, very tired. Why do I feel so tired today?
Know.
I guess I felt a little bit more tired every day. So
we had plans to go to a specific spot for dinner. And because it was Saturday before Easter, that did not happen. So we went somewhere else.
Yeah, Easter kind of threw a bunny-shaped wrench into things. Mm-hmm. But it was fine. Yeah. Like we went to different places, and it was perfectly fine. So we did that, and that was fun. Also, I'm realizing. Let me put
some photos in the queue.
Yeah.
We went to this one place that had it was a Japanese place for dinner, and it had anime themed drinks. Coffee. And I got the Sailor Moon drink, which had a perfectly square cube of ice in it. That was it had, oh now I have the hiccups, butterfly tea, like the blue. And then I had like a heart-shaped vessel that was like pink glitter, and then that got poured into the drink to make the drink. It was very fun. And then we were going to go to a bar after, and we walked in, and they were like, oh, we're booked up. And it was empty, because Vagabond said the bar was empty, but they were booked until like 6 or something, or till 9? What was it? 11. And they were like, we can't see you. And there's like 4 people in there. It was like maybe 10% full. And they're like, we can't see you. So we went somewhere else.
Sorry, I'm
putting photos in the queue. That's fine.
Okay.
And it was fine. The place we went was good. Had a good time there.
There we go. I did it. I think I put them in the order that they actually occurred. Almost positive. Sorry, what did you just say?
I said that we went to dinner and I had the Sailor Moon drink, and then we went to try the the one bar, but they were full.
Yes.
But they weren't really full.
Yes.
So we went somewhere else.
Yes. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
Yeah.
It was a good night. What did we do after that?
We went and played mini golf.
Oh yeah. We did a miniature golf thing. Extremely New Yorkified.
It was kind of like Putt Shack that I did in Philly, but not technology based.
Yeah, it was 9 holes, and they encouraged you to have a drink, like at all times. And there was a person that was walking around that was like, "Can I get you another drink?" It was like 9 holes, so like I don't know how much you could possibly down.
Maybe 2.
There's a person walking around like, let's get you another drink. And like I don't drink, so I have a natural advantage because I am not going to be in any way intoxicated. And I did win.
You did win, yes.
It was the widest.
I had also 3 drinks prior, so and
it,
then a
it
drink
was
there.
it was the widest victory I have ever had on Mao and mini golf, because like normally Mao and I are pretty close.
Well, the first few I did really bad, but then it was pretty close.
Yeah. It was not close that night. Not even a little bit.
No.
But it was neat. It was just funny because when we were checking in, the person was like, "Now, have you played mini golf before?" And I'm just like, I can't tell this poor guy that I'm from like mini golf land. But I was like, yes. He's like, okay, so the rules are if it gets stuck on a wall, you can do a club head length to get it on. And I'm like vibrating, like, I don't need to know any of this. Renee says, you should have said no. Like, honest to God, the course is so close together because it's all indoors in like one area.
Yeah.
That you could see everyone else golfing.
Unskippable tutorials.
Chess says he should have asked you if you ever drank before. We could see like everyone else golfing, and everyone else was like the worst I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mal, is it that people don't know how to mini golf, or is it that they're drunk? And she's like, both.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen people that bad at any skill in my life. I was appalled that someone would look like how far away the hole is and then just completely like underestimate or overestimate how hard to hit this ball. And I'm like, how on earth would you? Okay, have you never held an object? Anyway, so that was fun. And then I think we went to bed.
McDonald's.
Oh, we did briefly go to McDonald's.
Yes, that's what we did.
We got a McDouble on the way home because there's nothing more American than walking into a McDonald's in New York City at midnight or whatever to get a hamburger. So that was Saturday. Right? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that was Saturday. And Saturday was great. And we just kept doing more things, which I'll tell you in a moment. We had 53 months from Zazzaz, my man. 72 months tier 3. That is platinum toast subby from Spinach Wrap. Thank you for that. We got 300 bits from Satsy, who says, have to ask, did you get some real Brooklyn pizza? I mean, technically not in the sense that we didn't get pizza from Brooklyn, but we did get New York pizza, finally, because we had never had it in 2018.
Yeah.
We went to a place that was very good, and I was like, oh, this is delicious. But I'll talk about that when we get to
Monday.
300 bits on Gedzooks, who says, live from an office in Indiana, it's strange sports name of the day. Today it's Brazilian soccer legend Kaká. He was the real poop. Kaka's a good name. This is with a K. It's different.
I
It's
need my
completely
hoodie.
different.
I am cold.
Just turn that off.
It is off.
It is off?
Well, it's not on right now. I'm just putting this on. I will be fine. My arms are just
I
chilled.
was like, it's definitely not off. It keeps making noise.
My arms are chilled.
If you turn it off, it won't make noise.
Do you want me to turn it off?
It would benefit you, and it would benefit the audio, so it's a win-win. Anyway. It's kaka. Emphasis on the second syllable. Neat. Anyway, also 72 months from Shy. That's a 6. Okay. So that was Saturday. On Sunday was a big day. We did a lot on Sunday. And I know that we eventually get to Central Park, but I don't remember how the day began.
We got brunch.
Oh yeah, we went to a little cafe and had like a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel. And then I think after that, we walked to
We did, yes.
Central Park.
Mhm.
Some of the walks that we have taken have been like fairly substantial, but also like whatever. That's fine. So we walked to Central Park, and when we got to Central Park, we were walking around a little bit, and it was Easter Sunday that we're there, and it's very, very busy. And there's a loop that goes around Central Park where people like ride bikes or
Pedicabs.
or
Horse carriage.
or one wheels or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
boost boards. And Matt was like, I think I want to ride bikes. And I was like, all right. So they have these bikes all around the city that you can just rent. And
They have them in basically every city. Because we have them in Raleigh.
Yeah, they do. And they have normal bikes and e-bikes. And we were like, should we rent a normal bike or an e-bike?
There's also city-sponsored or park-sponsored bike rental. That was
Yeah.
like Cannondale's and stuff.
Yeah. So we rented e-bikes, which I've never been on an e-bike before. These are pedal assisted, and it was very wild because you just barely pedal and the bike just zooms.
Mm-hmm.
If you just kind of like start to, and the bike's, it was they were neat. They're neat. So we
That was like the third time I've been on one.
I haven't been on one.
And it was the most basic one that I've been on.
We rode 5 miles.
It was almost the entire loop.
Yeah, near as a hair around Central Park. That was very, very fun. And then after that, we basically just walked around.
Mm-hmm.
We walked around Central Park. There's so many street vendors in New York, but the actual number of street vendors inside Central Park is very small.
Maybe it was where we were.
Maybe. Possibly.
Maybe. Mm.
It's just there's so many when you're outside of the park, and when you get into the park, you don't see that many. We eventually found one, got a drink. I wanted to get some nuts. So got some nuts. It was cool. I liked Central Park a lot.
Yeah, it was very cool.
We did not visit the zoo. But Central Park was very cool. There's something, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Interesting, magical. Magical might be a little too much, but to be in a park and like you're surrounded by like trees and foliage and stuff, and then peeking through the trees in the distance are these like giant buildings, is very, very cool. It's a very unique experience, and we had never gotten to go to Central Park in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the other thing is that it's massive.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's huge, because I mean, essentially, it's the, outdoor location for Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're in Manhattan and you need nature, like that's it.
Yeah,
That's where you gotta go. So it was cool. I really
I liked watching all the serious cyclists on the loop.
Yeah.
And then everyone else on the e-bikes. The loop is one way.
Yeah.
Not everyone followed that.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually watched a mother and her child on a bike going the wrong way, and a professional cyclist went by and screamed at them and said, "You're going the wrong way," and then passed them. And I watched the mom turn around so she was going the right way, like after he said that, just long enough for that guy to like see that she had turned around, and then after he was out of sight, she turned back around and kept going the wrong way. And I was like, oh my god, okay, all right, it's literally for your safety.
Yeah.
like
I mean,
you're gonna get your kid hurt.
We saw that yesterday, and it was not as busy as Sunday, and someone was doing that, but there were people on Sunday doing that too.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever. So
Everybody eat pork.
what was Sunday?
That was Sunday. Sunday was also
Oh yeah, we went to one of the reasons that we didn't have as much room in our backpacks is that I also had fancy clothes. I brought a sweater and a pair of fancy pants because we went to a Broadway musical. We went and saw the Book of Mormon, which was very funny, and I enjoyed it very much. And then also, it was written by Matt and Trey of South Park, and dear Lord, does it just drip with their writing. It feels very, very much like it. But that was great. It was also the first like Broadway musical we've ever seen. We had dinner before that, and we went to a nice sushi place. So it was like a little date night.
it was.
It was fun. And then after that, on the way home, we were walking through Times Square, and there's a jillion people because it's the weekend and it's Easter. And we went into Carlo's Bake Shop and got some cookies, and then we came back to the hotel and realized that only half of the cookies that we ordered were in the box. And we were like, I think that maybe there was a misunderstanding of how the system worked. And that's fine. It's a little upsetting, but it's fine. I made peace with it and just was like, okay.
Yeah.
And that was Sunday. And then Monday, yesterday, we went to
The MoMA.
Yeah. We went to the Museum of Modern Art, which we also didn't get a chance to do in 2018. There was a piece that Mal was really looking forward to seeing.
And it was Easter Monday, so it was super busy.
It was super busy.
Yeah, the piece I wanted to see most was not on display. That was very sad.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But we saw some other cool stuff. Starry Night is there.
Yeah.
And dear God, everyone wants to see Starry Night, to the point that if you really, really want to get up close to Starry Night, you'd have to wait in line for like 20 or 30 minutes, and like, no thanks.
Instead, there's like not Miro. God, who does that one? There's one to the right that's also very important, and then there's a Syrah to the left.
Vagabond says, "Did you see the persistence of memory?" We did. That's the Dali melting clocks painting for anyone that doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And like there was people around that, but not as many. So, what other interesting things were there?
Demoiselles d'Avignon is there.
There's a lot of work by a lot of people. Like
there's a lot of famous pieces there.
Yeah, there's
a Matisse that's real famous that's there.
There's like a gigantic Monet piece.
Yeah.
That fills an entire room. There's some stuff by Pollock.
Yeah, there's some of the Campbell
Surratt.
soup cans. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some mayonnaise and Mary Cassatt and
Some mayonnaise or some mustard, ketchup. All the condiments were there. All right. And then after that, the soup can, all the soup cans, where it's like the whole set, and it takes up the whole wall. And then after that, we went to the Nintendo store.
yeah.
We were going to go on Sunday because we walked by it, but they were closed for Easter. And like, that's neat. It's nice to have that here, but also like after you've been to Japan and you've went to like
Any of those ones.
like the Pokemon centers or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, like it's the New York City Nintendo store feels small almost.
Yeah. Like if you want a t-shirt, like that's where you're going to get it, but like that's kind of all.
Yeah, I mean, they have some of the merchant stuff that they have there is very neat.
Yeah.
They have some They have some really interesting apparel, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big like thing where you can talk to Mario, but it doesn't really work well. You just kind of talk at Mario, and Mario's like, "Have you played Mario games?" And you're like, "I mean, yeah, I bet you've played Mario games." And then he just runs around like he has to pee.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, if you're in New York and you like Nintendo, like, yeah, of course you should at least see it. Then we went back to Central Park. We went out of our way to find black and white cookies. Mao had found a places like this is like one of the best places in New York to get black and white cookies, and we're like, okay. So we went and got those. Went back to the park. It was cold.
Yeah, it was cold yesterday.
It was a cold day, but we ate those in the park. And then we hopped a train over to Brooklyn. Oh, I skipped when we had pizza. We had pizza for lunch that day.
Yeah, we did.
And that was very good. Then we hopped a train to Brooklyn and went to a Polish restaurant, because there's a Polish restaurant over in Brooklyn that serves pickle soup. So we got pickle soup again.
We went with my cousin.
Yeah.
My cousin had never had it, and we were like, well, let's get back to our family heritage roots of Poland and have that.
Yeah, I mean, I left out your cousin because there's no reference to her
That's fine.
at all.
This can be the only reference to her.
That's fine. I'm just saying, like, I film things and like she doesn't exist.
That's fine. Yeah.
But yeah, we had pickle soup, and then we came back here. We got more cookies.
I got a brownie. Yeah.
I've eaten a lot of cookies. Yeah. It was like, who are we going to meet in New York? And the answer was cousin. Cousin, let's go pickle souping. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna read a few more alerts, and then we'll show some of the photos that we took there. Let's see. We had 49 months from VHS Canuck. It says, "Hi all. I was previously Green Day Rock, but have since rebranded. I love the rebrand. I passed more than one VHS store since we've been in New York. Like, you can go and just buy VHSs, and I'm like, it's coming back. We got 34 months from RoboBear, Fox's gifted sub to Back from Japan. I hope you had a good trip. I want to go back. I'm here, which is also great. Mm-hmm. But I want to eat cheap sushi. I had sushi, and it was not...
It was not cheap.
It was not cheap.
Nope.
And I was like, what if it was, though?
Nope.
What if I could completely fill my body with sushi for like $11? That sounds pretty great. 23 months from Manic Mama. 61 from Night Owl. 300 from Cheesehammer says, I am disappointed in this reckless behavior. Traveling to such a dangerous place as New York City without even bringing your trusty Cheesehammer for self-defense. There is no way you would have fit in my bag. At all. I would have had to carry you on the plane, and I think TSA would have not been super thrilled for me to just walk through security holding a hammer. They would have been like, we don't like this. Not at all.
No.
300 from Goldmajor says, New York, New York, it's a wonderful town. The Bronx is up and the Battery's down. The people ride in a hole in the ground. New York, New York, it's a wonderful town. Everyone wants to see Starry Night because there's so much light pollution they've barely ever seen stars before.
The fog is pretty rough this morning. The sun's burning it off, though.
I'm assuming this is a song from a thing. I don't know. When I walk through New York, I only think of two songs. There's a song called, I think, New York by like Grandmaster Flash. And then I think of the New York song by Beastie Boys. And that's it. Those are the two songs that play in my head nonstop. Surprisingly not New York City by They Might Be Giants. So, have we been to Coney Island? No, it's far away. I mean, relative to where we are, it's far away. In 2018, when we visited, we stayed
New Jersey.
In New Jersey,
mm-hmm.
and that was fine. It's just the commute sucked because you lose a ton of time
mm-hmm.
doing that. And I was like, no, if we're only going to be there a few days, and it's our vacation, I just want to stay closer. So it was a little risky to do the no refund place at all, but it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. We're here. We had 300 from Thunderstriker says, I also just got back from Japan. I wanted to thank you both for all the suggestions from vlogs/streams. My friends and I all had a great time. We all agreed that 84 Hachi was a highlight. Hope you both have a great trip as well. Awesome. That is very, very cool. One of the translators? What do you call Robert? Hosts? I don't know. Is Robert is Sevazan. So when people go to 84 Hashi, there's a chance that they'll meet him. But I think there's other people there that do that. So special guest. Let's pull up the photos. So this is Mao and I in Central Park, and again, this is one of those cool things of like. There is foliage, but also the building. This is us with our bikes. I would doing Hark the Herald Angels, whatever, with vocals. Jesus. I think this button would work.
It should.
Yeah. There's us with the playbills. The seating in there was not good.
Not for you.
Not for tall man. Oh, and this is a photo I took at the MoMA. Tiriko's work greatly inspired Ueda for the Team Eco games, and you can really see it there. That's what is it, Nostalgia for the Infinite or whatever it's called. And Anita says the painting that inspired Eco's cover. One of them. Chirico's work was an inspiration to Ueda, and there's another piece by Ramses Yunan, who is an Egyptian painter, and that piece is basically a 1-to-1 of Eco's artwork. Like, it's literally
Tropic of Cancer.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a painting called Tropic of Cancer, and if you look up Tropic of Cancer by Ramses Yunan, it's Eco's artwork. It's just like, oh shoot, this is just the only thing missing are the two figures holding hands. Like, otherwise, and they added a windmill. Yeah, it's like, otherwise it's the exact same painting, but we don't know where that is.
Yeah, I was trying to find out where that is. I think it's in a private collection.
It looks like maybe at some point it was on display in Illinois somewhere, but otherwise, yeah, we think it's on the other side of the world. So I don't know if we'll get a chance to see it someday, but maybe. Anyway, and then that brings us to today. That brings us to today. Colin says, "Oh wow, it really is Eco's cover." Yeah. I don't know if we can just show that. Mao can find it and put it into ArtQ so we can just show everyone. It's it's seriously like the same cover. Mao will find it. Yeah, so today is our last day, but also our flight isn't until the evening, so we actually still have basically all day in New York for today. So we're going to be going to do some other things, got some other ideas for stuff, and that's it. We'll be home late tonight.
I'm gonna crop that down to there.
Sure. Yeah, the actual piece is very wide and has a lot of stuff in it, but it's just one thing, one part of it. But now I'll post it. I guess we could also put it next to the actual Eco artwork, but people can also Google it, and that's fine. I did not beans, and I don't know how, so...
Thanks, Chaz.
Thank you, Chaz. I don't have a beans button here on the laptop.
No.
I'm glad things were... I set things up on this laptop at some point, and I'm glad I did, because then I didn't have to do it. There's some stuff that's not quite the way it should be. Like, now, is this a Pokemon song? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. On Mal's side, when you're using the laptop to paint, your thing works.
Yeah.
But on my side, I'm using a different thing, and it doesn't work.
No.
And that's fine. What was I gonna say?
In the queue.
Arian661 says, last time you were in New York City, you posted a picture of you in Little Italy literally 5 minutes after I left that exact spot. I'm sorry. We did run into a viewer. It was funny because it was on Sunday. We were leaving Central Park. And I told Mal, I was like, when do you think we'll run into someone? And she's like, I don't know. I was like, because like, it's New York. There's a lot of people, and it's Easter. Like, there's so many people around. I was like, we're probably gonna at least run into someone. And then 20 minutes later, is when
We did.
we were on one of the side streets, and someone was like, "You're Stephen and Mel," and I was like, "Uh-huh." He's like, "Oh, that's so cool." So that was neat. Met a super nice dude named Hawk. And then, yeah, we'll do stuff today.
Chaz says, I also ran into a viewer this weekend at a race.
Also neat. But not literally, sorry. Chaz didn't run into them during the race. Just like saw them.
Mm-hmm.
Like just spoke as opposed to running full force.
Contact racing.
Yeah, that would not be great. Okay, let me show this artwork. Also, 16 months from Arctic Skit. Nice. And here, so yeah, this is the piece by Ramses Yunan. I think this was done in like 1949. Does it look familiar? Because this is the eco artwork. It is wild, but it's like very clearly inspired by that. So, yeah. Anyway, a lot of people note like Chirico's work, which was like Ueda said that in interviews and stuff. But when you see that piece of artwork, you're like,
no, this is it exactly.
At least for the cover, like that's it. That's 100% it. So, okay.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been up to, which has been cool. Let's see, is this? I think this works. If I do this, let's see if I can do this. Yeah. It's New York. It's like there's New York stuff out there. It's been a nice view also, because like it's buildings.
It's been buildings.
It's been buildings. Vagabond. I can see my house, I think. Yeah, we're up a little bit, which is nice because there's a view, and not nice because when you need to leave,
it takes forever.
It takes a significant amount of time. On Sunday, it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Mal took a vitamin on an empty stomach and was like, "Oh God, I need you to
go to the lobby.
I need you to go to the lobby and get me some crackers." And I was like, "You got it." And I went
20 minutes later.
It took 20 minutes for me to go down to the lobby and then come up with a tiny thing of Pringles. Because when I went out and hit the elevator button, I just stood there in the hallway for like 6 minutes. And then the elevator opened up and it's full. And I'm like, but my wife is sick. So I just squeezed in. Like, people audibly groaned when I got into the elevator. And then we stopped at almost every single floor. It was bad. Mm-hmm. Chris Elliam says, are there no stairs? I mean, there are stairs, but, like, I don't want to walk down 40 flights of stairs. So, I would rather, because if I would have done that, I would have just, like, been sweated, wringing wet by the time I came back. Samyako says, was there only one elevator? 2.
Sometimes
2. Sometimes 1. Sometimes 2.
We need to get going. I don't know what time checkout is.
I do.
Okay.
we should get going regardless,
Yeah.
but we are in no danger of that.
Yeah, okay.
So you're good. Okay. That's it. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We have had, and I told Mal this, like a legitimately, for me, just speaking for myself, just a very rejuvenating time.
It's been a good trip.
It's been a very, very good trip. I don't think I knew how badly I needed this, and to have actually had it has been really, really good. Really good. Like, but by a lot. Yeah. Anyway, we'll have a fun day today, and then we'll be back tonight. So I'll be back here tomorrow. Well, not here, but
On Twitch.
on your screens tomorrow for Shadow of the Colossus. Yeah. Okay. Bye, everybody. I hope you have a real. Where's the thing? There we go. I hope you have a great Tuesday. Yeah. Oh, when I see you for the next breakfast stream, pre-orders for Switch 2 will have already happened. That's Wednesday night. Right? Yeah. Oh, God.